it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. It is Monday night, March the 17th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Shout out to the Double D gang, the double duty gang. Those of you that were at Canucks After Dark with Parker and me, had a great show, and now in line for yet another great show. Tonight, I don't feel like doing a lot of talking, at least not on my own. So I am going to do an open house tonight. That's what I'm going to do. So at 11:30, in about 10 or 15 minutes, I will give you the link. And I'm going to cut this off at 12 o'clock no matter what. So it's kind of going to be like, any call-in show or whatever, where we're just going to queue people up and we're going to go in order. And if I don't get to everyone, I don't get to everyone. I think that's just the fairest way to do it, because I don't want to be on here all night. I don't know if you guys want to be on here all night. So we'll kind of see. I'll kind of gauge how long I can go with each person based on at least how many people are in there at the start. So in about 10 or 15 minutes, I will give you the link, and if you want to join me, all you got to do is make sure you click on the link. You don't have to come on camera if you don't want to. It can be just your voice, but I'm going to do open house, my version of a call-in show today in about 10 or 15 minutes. But I do want to talk about a couple of things first. Just look at standings, just look up playoff implications, schedule, and then we'll go from there. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or better, all three. But the fact that you're here with me, right here, right now, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted, especially when people like Murray are watching from New Zealand. It's all right, Hugh. I've seen you in person. You're a good looking guy. I don't need no camera to tell me that. So this is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe, so get active in the chat section, get notified on my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Calgary lost 6-2 to Toronto tonight. Probably the only time in my life that I cheer for Toronto. Like the fact that Canucks by points percentage actually are the rightful wildcard team right now. So they are in the wildcard spot. And like the fact that we are continue to build a wonderful Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, be the first to get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and you review. All right, with the Calgary loss tonight, this is what the playoff picture looks like right here and right now. So we have the Minnesota Wild with 81 points and 68. Let's not even worry about them. Let's worry about the next four teams. Vancouver has 73 and 67. St. Louis has 73 and 68. So same number of points, but one more game played. Calgary now is 71 and 66, so 2 points back with one fewer game played. So they have one game in hand on us. And Utah has 71 and 67. So same number of games played and only 2 points behind. So you have St. Louis, who are tied with us, but one more game played. You have Utah, who have same number of games played, but 2 points back. And you have Calgary, who's got both 2 points back and one game in hand. So basically all four teams are in essence really tied with each other. If you extrapolate this to 68 games and presume that everyone wins, then the Canucks would have 75 and 68. Calgary would have 75 and 68. St. Louis and Utah would have 73 and 68. But that's presuming that everyone wins their next game, which is impossible. Well, actually, the Canucks play St. Louis, but in 2 games from now. So picture that. Then I'm going to put up one more graphic to help us kind of visualize this a little bit better as well. I've been saying that the playoff bar is going to be 92 points. somewhere around 92 points. It's not going to be as high as other seasons where it's been 95 or 96, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be as low as 89 or 90. So presuming it's 92 points, and you could say that it's, you can argue with me and say it's 91 or 93, whatever. I'm just using 92 points. Canucks has 73 points, so that means they need 19 points in their final 15 games. So 19 points in 15 games, 19 in 15 means they have to go 4 games over 500. 4 games over 500 for 19 points. So you can get to that by going 9, 5, and 1, right? You go 9 minus 5, that's 4 games over 500. 9, 5, and 1 gives you 19 points. And 8, 4, and 3. Again, 8 minus 4 is 4. So 8, 4, and 3, you can also get to 19 points. You could also get to 19 points by going 7, 3, and 5, but that's a little bit unrealistic, like 5 overtime losses in the final 15 games, but you never know. So when you see that, is that doable? Can the Canucks basically win? Even if you take this 8, 4, and 3 one, can the Canucks go 8 regulation wins, 4 regulation losses, and 3 extra time losses? So that's where NHL 500 is kind of weird. Technically, they have to go 8 and 7 over the next. Hey, Gerald, great seeing you at the game. Yet they have on Saturday night. They have to go 8 and 7. So when you look at their schedule, add up with me if you think there are 8 wins in here, okay? And then let me know. So you don't have to tell me which 8 it's going to be. That's impossible. But tell me if you see 8 wins in here, and of the 7 losses, can we get 3 of them past regulation? So we have Winnipeg, St. Louis, the Rangers, then New Jersey, Islanders, Columbus, and Winnipeg. So those are our next 7 games. Winnipeg, St. Louis, Rangers, New Jersey, Islanders, Columbus, and Winnipeg. Okay, I got a number in my head of how many I think the Canucks can win of these 7. Okay? Remember, we're looking for 8 wins. Then in April, they have Seattle and Anaheim. Then they have the crazy week of Vegas, Dallas, Colorado, Minnesota, San Jose, and Vegas. Okay, I did find 8 wins in there. These are the games that I think the Canucks are going to win 8 times. I think they're going to beat St. Louis. They're going to beat New Jersey or the Rangers, one of those two. Let's say the Rangers. And they're going to beat Islanders and Columbus. And then they're going to lose against Winnipeg, New Jersey, and Winnipeg. So I think they're going to, some combination of losses of 3, but they're going to go 4 and 3 in March. I think they're going to beat Seattle and Anaheim. So that makes 6 and 3. Then I think they're going to win one of these against Vegas because one of them's at home. So that's 7. And I think they're going to beat San Jose 8 and maybe Minnesota at 9. But I think they're going to lose both Winnipegs, 1 Colorado, 1 Dallas, 1 Vegas, and New Jersey. So I do have 8 or 9 wins, and then I have 6 or 7 losses. Whether or not 3 or 4 of those can get to extra time, I think that is the key. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe that's a little optimistic, especially with Philip Hito being out with concussion. We're not sure about Thatcher Demko, but Quinn Hughes is back. PD's playing better, although he had a small step back yesterday. So maybe I'm being too optimistic. Of course I'm optimistic. On the Canucks After Dark, we talked about the fact that St. Louis has the easiest schedule. They play Nashville 3 times. They play a bunch of other teams, weaker teams a couple times. So St. Louis definitely has the easier schedule of the 4 teams. Then I think Vancouver, Utah, and Calgary are all similar schedules. All the odds makers have St. Louis and Vancouver as a cut above Utah and Calgary as favorites to make the playoffs. So that's kind of where we're at right now. There's going to be a lot of, games where we play St. Louis or Utah plays Calgary or Utah plays St. Louis or we play Calgary. No, we don't play Calgary anymore. But you guys know what I'm saying is we have all those options. So some of those are going to be 3-point games as well. So my question is, do you think the Canucks can do this? Do you think they can go get 19 points, go 4 games over 500 before the end of the season? So you know what? That's what be my next poll question. So my first poll question was, which of these 4 teams are going to make the playoffs? And then you said Vancouver 64%, St. Louis 20%, Utah 11%, and Flames only 2%. So not a lot for Calgary, which I'm absolutely fine with for sure. I'm trying to see how come the poll. Oh, there it is. So my other poll question to you right now is, can the Canucks get 19 points over their final 15 games? Yes or no? Chris on Canucks is the first to donate, gets the donation train out of the station. Let's give some love to Chris on Canucks. He says, let's start the dono train, ladies and gents. I like that. So give some love to Chris. Thank you, Chris. Nice to see you. Always nice. Thanks for your support. Always grateful for you. So let me know, do you think the Canucks can go 19 points in 15 games to end off this season? Because I believe that's what I believe it's going to take to get into the playoffs. What's Hoy Hoy saying? I agree the Canucks suck. I don't know why I follow the stupid team. Gerald, Canucks are doing a whole East Coast road trip and other teams are playing West Coast teams. Hard to make up those points. All really, really good points. We have a bottom 5 offensive league and lost one of our best offensive generators. That is good too. A lot of good points, actually. Can't highlight all of them right now, but there is a lot going on. So this is what I'm going to do already. I'm going to do my Mitchell sponsor read, and I am going to do an open house. So I'm going to give the link in the chat, and click on the link if you want to join me. We'll chat for 3 or 4 minutes max, 5 minutes maybe max, depending on how many people are back there. But I will cut it off just before midnight. So don't get mad if you don't get in tonight. I'll have other opportunities to do this, but it's just a chance for, not for me to rest my voice, but I've done double duty like many of you have done. I did Canucks After Dark. So I'd love to bring a couple of you onto the show tonight. Coach Rob, I'll ask that you don't call in today. Not because I don't want you to be here, but I'm going to bring you on specifically for your birthday on Thursday. So I hope you, I hope you get that and you're respectful of that, because I'm going to give you your own solo shot on Thursday for your birthday. Jessica says, Clay, do you think JT leaving broke Brock? I don't think it's helped. That's for sure. I also don't think that his concussion helped as well. Okay. So for anyone who wants to call in, no, it's got to be over the computer. Hoy hoy. I'm not going to give out my cell phone number or anything like that. So, so let me give you the link. There we go. So if you want to come on the show, all you got to do is click on this link and it'll bring you to backstage. Then you go backstage and you wait for me to bring you on, Okay. So again, all you got to do is click on that link and then make sure you have a camera of some sort. If you want to be seen, make sure you have some sort of audio. It doesn't have to be a podcasting mic, but make sure I can hear you, whether you're talking into your computer or AirPods. But we'll see. And we'll see how many people we can get through tonight. All right. Mitchell sponsor read. We always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout by signing up at coachpatrickliu.com/clay. Also, thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Also, thanks to everyone who has purchased Canuck Clay merch at canuckclay.threadless.com. It's a wonderful way to support me and the channel. So thanks to everyone who has done that so far already. Also, a quick heads up of my shows this week. They are all 3 days, pretty simple. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at 11 p.m. Easy for you to remember. In fact, this whole week was, in a perfect week, I go Sunday through Thursday, all at 11, except for Tuesday nights except for Monday nights, because of like today, Canucks After Dark, I start 15 minutes later at 11:15. But I do like doing these open houses when I can. And I find on nights where I do Canucks After Dark, it makes sense because it helps me rest my voice a little bit. And also, not rewards, that's not the right way of putting it, but I like meeting all of you and people involved in this community. So those are my shows for this week. And then finally, reminder how you can support me on the channel. You can subscribe so you get active in the chat section. You can like the video. You can leave a donation like Chris on Canucks has done. Excuse me. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Okay. I see a few people lining up backstage, which is nice. So what I'll do is I think I'm going to guesstimate. I'm going to go 4 to 5 minutes with each person. As people pile on. This is great. A couple of new people too. So, okay, I'm going to go 3 or 4 minutes per person. So don't get mad if I cut you off. And I'm not going to make a big timer go off because I don't want you to think I'm giving you the hook or anything like that. But I will, if you're in a long soliloquy, I may casually interject. But I see at least 4 people backstage right now. So if we go 4 minutes with each, that's already a good 16 to 20 minutes with transition. So I'm looking forward to this. So the usual, I just say this once, no swearing, no sexist, racist, ableist, homophobic remarks for obvious reasons. Do any of that. I have a button here that's perfect. It says remove from stream. And that's all I got to do. So, but generally we've been pretty good about this and I love the chance to connect. So I know those of you backstage, you can't see, but in order, we're going to go Gerald, then Hoy Hoy, then Chris on Canucks, and then Jessica. Okay. That's the order we're going to go on as of now. If one more person gets in, I'll take 5 tonight. I got to show some discipline and not go all night unless you guys keep giving me donations. Then I will go all night. That doesn't sound right, but we'll see what happens. But at least we'll do 4 or 5. Gerald, you ready to go, brother? All right, let's bring this good-looking gentleman in.
Hey Clay.
Hello, my friend.
Sorry. Hi. Sorry I wasn't able to make the stream yesterday. So I made sure to come in today. Just wanted to say hi to everyone, and I have to say I really appreciate Clay and Sean because I texted Clay I think second period, and he was up in the bougie champion, champions lounge or area, and he says, "Yeah, I'm not meeting people today." And then by the end of the period, because it was such a big win, I think he was feeling extra, generous. He came. He's like, "Hey, I'm here. Let's meet. Can you meet me here in like 5 minutes?" I'm like, "Done." So we met up, had a quick chat. I posted it on IG, and he actually retweeted or reposted it. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, how are you, my friend?
Oh, thank you for the nice thought. And Gerald is good. He doesn't want to get in trouble. Actually, my first comment to Gerald was, I probably can't meet because I should go home and see Gail off at the airport because she's flying out of town for 3 weeks. And then when I realized that there's no way I was going to get back in time before she went to the airport, and I called her, it was all good. And we were able to share a minute with Gerald for sure. I am great. How are you?
I'm fine. I actually just got back again. I was out in San Francisco earlier today, and then
What? Like a one-dayer?
yeah, I had to work, and then I just got back, so just in time for your stream.
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming on here. So I will ask you, just where are you at with where the Canucks are right here, right now on March 17? Do you want them to make the playoffs? Do you not want them? Do you think they'll get smoked? Do you think they might actually surprise? Do you think they're even going to make it? Like, where are you right now with this team?
Honestly, I think either way, it's fine. If they make it, great. It gives a lot of the young guys some sort of experience, especially if we are able to get Willander some games.
Yeah.
From some reports that I read, I think it's going to be an extra couple of weeks, I think, if before he can actually sign at I think it's the ELC or something
Okay.
for him to play. So if, playoffs are in our cards, then great. We can try that up. I think Willander's left, right? Is
Sorry,
he
yeah.
is he a left?
No, he's a right
D?
shot. Right shot.
He's a right shot.
Yeah.
So test them out with, um, I don't know, someone like someone that's left, I guess. I can't think of who right now, but initially I was thinking, Junior, so DPD Junior and, uh, is it Mancini?
Yep.
I think that's going to be an awesome duo. Probably second or maybe a third pairing.
Yep.
But if you can get Willander up there, that'd be great. To make the playoffs, it would be tomorrow. Like someone said in the chat, it'd be like a litmus test to see how they do against the Jets. I was actually in Winnipeg when they got smoked. I think it was 5-2. I flew in just for that game, made it just for game time to watch them
Wow.
lose. Saw Connor. The hat trick was awesome because going into Winnipeg was to see my cousin and my nieces and nephews, but mainly the Canucks game. And I wanted to see Connor score goals. So I got to see him score goals, but I didn't get to see the Canucks play well. Uh,
Right.
but that game was tough because I think yeah, in terms of offense, everything was dried up. Jets played very well. And tomorrow it's going to be another test because if Heedle is not in, like watching the game yesterday was tough because there was no speed. It was
Yeah.
suffocating. They couldn't get the entries in. So even if, we can make the playoffs, if there is one injury of some sort at center, we're pretty much screwed. So
Oh,
is
yep.
there a
Yep.
point of making the playoffs? Yes, because of the younger kids, but
Okay.
if we don't, it's okay. But thank you
So
for the
Gerald,
time.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
No. Before you go, so I got 30 seconds. Do you think they're going to get 19 points out of 15 games? Do you think they will?
I want to be optimistic and say yes. I
Okay.
think the road trip against New York, if they're lucky, maybe it's like 2-0-1 or
Yeah.
2-1. And then Vegas split those. You gotta play the Sharks well. I think we lost against the Sharks once
We
already
have.
this
Yeah.
season. So
Yeah.
it's redemption time. And then the Ducks, if you can control those young kids, I think we're good to go. So yeah, it's
Awesome.
definitely doable.
Well, thank you, Gerald. I always appreciate you. Oh, is my microphone working? It looks like it
Yeah.
turned all green. Oh, it is. It's all green on me now, or orange. Thank you for always making the time, and especially with all your busy schedule. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. Get these likes up, guys. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, bud. Talk soon. Take care. Bye. All right. That was Gerald. Very good. We're going to keep on going. Hoy Hoy, you ready to go? We're going to bring you on next. And then Chris on Canucks and then Just Incredible. So a good lineup here. So here we go. Oh, yeah, it's scary. I better not say anything bad to you. How are you, man?
I'm not bad. How about you?
Fine. Oh, I love it. Probably too optimistic. You can never be too optimistic on this show, brother. I appreciate you.
Well, I've been watching most of the games with my mom, and she's probably the most optimistic person about
Yeah.
the Canucks I've ever seen. So
And how's she feeling
I'm
right now?
flip a coin. Flip a
Yeah.
coin. Yeah, that's the way it is this season.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been through, I guess, 20 seasons now, watching this team and letting it disappoint me. I'm ready for anything. But I will say this: I think that now's not the time to pack it in. I think we have the building blocks of something really special.
Yep.
There are a few parts missing, but
Yeah.
overall, I would say that the whole Talkett and Rutherveen management has impressed me relative to my expectations.
Yeah. You're very well
And
spoken, by the way. You're calm, clear. You're very well spoken.
well, you know me playing VIHL, so
Yeah. Yes.
I'm kind of once I get out there, I'm a lot less articulate.
Yeah. Well, that's a different type of well spoken.
Lots, lots
What team did you play on again? I was racking my brain.
RMC.
That's right. Of course. Of course.
Everybody hates us, which I don't
Was this
mind.
was Zardy on
Because
that team for a while? Brian Zardy or no? Yeah,
no, but you know Jesse Rankin, right?
I do. Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was
everybody in
great.
this league does. He's
Yeah.
probably one of the best players I've played with.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And you know what? Like you can't come into any game, NHL, AHL, VIHL, with a losing mindset.
Yeah.
Like you have to be pushing everything you have, and you kind of have to be a little bit hated to be successful at anything that you do. But you do need that optimism before the games, and I think just going through the experience last year, it was big for me to hear talk about how much the players enjoy the fan interaction. And I think for me, a big thing is we have to be positive for these guys, because look, like I've seen a lot of players come through Vancouver. I've never seen one like Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
And in that game, I've never seen, when he's on, a player like Elias Pettersson. So I think that I have that belief in these players. I don't know if it'll happen in Vancouver. I hope it does.
Yeah.
But I think we have a lot of the right stuff right now available to us, and we have a lot of good opportunities as long as we can sell the players on the vision that management has set forth for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well, no, I should bring you on more often, man. You're very well spoken and clear. I don't know what is that just your headphone microphone? Like it's good. It's clear.
No,
Nice.
this is my I have a MacBook, and
okay.
I don't know, I just have a really nice voice.
Exactly. All right, last question. Do you want, I know you want, do you think the Canucks can take 19 points in their next 15 games?
Flip a coin. That's the way this season has been. But you know what? There was another season. Like, I don't know how much media you pour over, but I really like this one guy, Yosu, on YouTube, who has a lot of good old Canucks archival footage. And there's only one other team that you can go back in the Canucks history and look back on with that same kind of, they were kind of 500, and that was 94.
Yes. Yep, that's true. They beat the upset Calgary in the first round and went on and kept on going. No, that is awesome. Well, that's a very quick 5 minutes, but I really appreciate you always taking the time. I always love seeing you in the chat. And yeah, my roller hockey days are probably older. I'm a little bit older than you, and I ruptured my Achilles tendon last year. Yeah, buddy. And I had a concussion 4 years ago playing against that dirty Vietnamese team. Not because they're Vietnamese, they're just dirty.
Not as dirty as the Hammond Hitmen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. but we were never good enough to play up that high. Anyways, Hoy Hoy, it was so great seeing you, man. And thank you for always tuning in. I really appreciate
you, Clay.
All right, talk soon. Okay, thanks. That guy's awesome. I got to bring that guy on more. He's so articulate. And yes, he used to play on this roller hockey team. They're really good, and we probably not as good as them, but we would try really hard against them. But they had this one player that he could basically outskate everyone, outshoot everyone. And it was picture like four guys just chasing this one guy around the rink for an hour and a half. It was probably fun for them, not fun for us. Let's keep on going. This guy's been on the show a few times, always been a member, different levels, and I just love chatting with him. So let's bring on from the island, Chris on Canucks. Chris, brother.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, great.
How are you feeling on this fine St. Patrick's Day?
I guess fine. Just had an easy day at work. Only 2 hours. Can't complain about that.
Yeah, you deserve that once in a while. I know how hard you work. You deserve that once in a while, man.
Hey, well, it's it's nice when you can get it, right?
Yes. All right. Where are you feeling with this team right here, right now?
Honestly, like I did say that I think we'll make the playoffs. I still believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a hot take, right? But I totally said it, and I gotta ride it. Like, if I put money on it, I'm gonna lose it if I don't continue to bet on that, right? But I think we'll pull it off somehow.
Yeah.
That's if we don't lose Hughes for any more time.
Yes.
And then, basically.
Yeah, and what have you seen, both good and bad, over the past few games, like the win over Chicago and Calgary, the loss against Utah last night? Like, is there anything that concerns you from the negative side, or you think if we just had more of this, we'll be
No,
fine?
absolutely. There's lots of concerns. Like, there's no play without the puck. Like, they're totally leaving people open. They're not making good reads. They're not making good passes. It's like they're trying to play in the neutral zone and totally losing puck battles and
Yeah.
one-on-one chances even, and it's just terrible in the neutral zone. They can't play past their blue line lately, and that's the biggest thing is if you can't play past your blue line or in your O zone, then you're never going to make chances. You're never going to have scoring opportunities, and that's what it's looked like recently.
Right, right. Do you? I'm not sure if you had a chance to vote in the poll earlier, where I said it's going to be the Canucks, Utah, St. Louis, or Calgary. So you think it's Vancouver's, or who else do you put up there?
No, I voted for Vancouver, obviously.
If not them, are you worried about St. Louis? You might have heard us talk about their ease of schedule
I'm
compared
not
to.
worried about St. Louis. They're
How
gonna
come?
choke. They won't. They won't. They can't do it anymore. It's gonna end up being Utah if it's not Vancouver.
Oh, interesting.
And that sucks to say because that sounds ridiculous because they're brand new, but that's probably exactly what it's gonna be. If it's not Vancouver, it's gonna be Utah, and that's gonna look ridiculous.
Yeah. Utah and the Arizona in their first year as Utah for sure.
I know, it's crazy, but they've been able to put together like a pretty gritty team, and that Andre Tournier can he can coach. I mean, why do you think he's always on assistant coaches on Team Canada and stuff like that? Like
that's true.
He's a gritty coach. He's kind of like a talk-it coach. That's why, like the other night, that Utah game, they just wanted to fight the whole game. It's like so apparent.
No, that's a really, really good point. And just what do you think? Actually, I guess I haven't talked to you. Were you okay? What did you think of the trade deadline? Like, were you okay with it, given that they did all those big moves the month prior, or were you actually disappointed at the actual trade deadline itself?
Wasn't disappointed at all.
Okay. Yeah.
It was kind of crappy that they didn't do anything, but given the circumstance, it's like, what are you gonna get for Pedersen? What are you gonna get? Like, you're gonna get nothing. Like, obviously you're not gonna trade Bronek.
Yep.
You're not gonna trade your assets like Willander and Lekaramaki. So what are you gonna get? You're not really gonna get anything. Unless you give up those guys and package it in with a Besser deal, and he's like a rental, and they get all these great prospects. So
you're right. When you're fighting for wildcard 2, you're not dealing from a position of strength. We'll put it that way.
No. You've got nothing to give. Like,
all right,
like
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing basically. Like, you have nothing to give. Like, you can't sell yourself, right?
Yes. So. Yeah, no, sometimes, we'll see what happens, but I think, I would hope that Rutherford and Alvin will know enough where if it doesn't work this year, they have money, they have cap space, especially if they don't re-sign anyone, they can not load up, but at least rejig a little bit. All right, last question. I think I know the answer. So in your heart of hearts, can they get 19 points in 15 games?
I think they can get 18, and and someone will lose, and we'll just be 1 point ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna back into the playoffs with 91 points. That's what I'm hearing you saying.
Well, yeah, we're getting 18.
Okay,
and we're gonna magically get in there.
I'll hold you to it, brother. Thanks a lot for always supporting me on the channel, man.
Hey, love you, bud.
All right, you too. Thanks. Take care. Thanks, bud. Bye. All right, that was Chris from Nanaimo, and we end off with the man himself. He's incredible. He's the best. He's just incredible. Hey, brother.
Hey, Clay. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. How was your day?
What's that?
How was your day?
It was good. It was, really quickly. Don't worry, this doesn't count into your 5 minutes. I was at work. Our internet has been down since last Friday, so I was only one of 2 people in our department today. Yes.
Oh wow!
But I got some good cleanup done, and it was a good day. How about you?
Nice. Good to hear. Yeah, no, it was a good day. Work today. Got home. It was pretty steady for the most part. So We'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Awesome. Now, I know you're very, very grounded. I know that you can get, no, you're very passionate and you're not afraid to express. So you hear a lot of optimism tonight. It may fly in the face of how it may fly in the face of how you're feeling. So I won't set this up any longer. How are you feeling about where this team is right here, right now?
It's been a long season. I think personally speaking, I'm at the point where I'm just saying whether they make it or whether they don't make it, whatever happens, happens. I just can't wait for the season to be over as soon as possible because it will expedite the process for management to start fixing things.
Yeah.
Because clearly this team isn't a contender. We've seen that all year. You know, everyone was saying, the 30-game marks, let's give the team half the season to gel. We got DeBrusque, we got all these new guys coming in, they got to have time. It's almost the end of the season, so I think we've seen enough sample size that this team isn't it. So we do have core pieces, we do have a very bright future, and we do have some foundational pieces to get off of. But a lot of work still needs to be done, especially when you're pitting the Canucks up against all the other contenders around the league. The way their rosters are structured, the way their rosters are built, there's still fixes that need to be made. And hopefully with this management group and hopefully with the right coaching systems, they can bounce back next year and start to really take that next step forward to being a contender in the next 3 to 4 years, I would think.
What's the biggest priority for you? What's job number one?
I think really everything this year that has happened has been misfortune. A lot of drama on and off the ice, a lot of injuries that we hadn't really had to deal with last year. So obviously, if everyone stayed healthy, everyone started, playing as a team. There wasn't really a time this year where we had everyone healthy at the same time, or we didn't have some noise off the ice that was distracting the team and causing locker room issues. There just wasn't enough time this year for the team to really gel. And so I think the greatest fix is really just prioritizing keeping Hughes happy. That's the biggest priority, is doing whatever you can to keep Hughes happy.
Yeah.
I know he's the captain. I know he's, the franchise cornerstone. And I think I would even stray away from Pedersen. I think he's had a very disappointing season, obviously. He's turning it around the last 6 games, but I really think you got to build this franchise around Hughes, and we really need to prioritize building a core around Hughes. I know a couple years ago we were saying, Pedersen and Hughes and Miller and Horvat and Besser and Demko, and we had like the core 5 or 6 pieces, and now like 2/3 of our core is gone. We have one guy that's playing like a third line center for all year for $12 million. So it's really just Hughes left. So I think we really need to take that next step and build foundational pieces towards that next core.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So I guess my last question to you, Justin, then is who do you think, and the Canucks can be your answer, but who do you think of the 4 teams will get into the playoffs?
I really like the way Utah is built. I really like their top 6. They're sneaky good. They're young. They're fast. They have offensive potential. They've got some really solid yet underrated defensemen on the back end. Dursey just came back. He's been, gone for most of the year, but he's, their number 1 guy. Ian Cole. Not many people would immediately name Ian Cole, but he's, a pretty good shutdown guy. Kesselring's been playing well all year. I know Ingram's out of the goal, but Velmelka has been playing really well. I wouldn't even pit St. Louis because I think they got the cup pedigree. They got the championship pedigree. They got the playoff experience. They've got a really good top 6 with, Kyrou and Shen and Brushnevich. Losing Parayko is going to hurt them defensively, but you got Jordan Bennington, and, he's shown that he can clutch it up in clutch time, right? So, so it could be anyone. It's a coin flip, really. I think Calgary might be the odd man out. I think just there's not enough in Calgary right now other than Dustin Wolf. And I don't think, he can do that. And as for the Canucks, we can only go as far as Hughes can take us because
Right.
there is literally no play generation. There's no offense without Hughes. So
Yeah. Nope. Everything you said makes sense. I appreciate that you keep it real here, Justin, both in the public chats, and you're the same guy when we get to do our one-on-ones, and you know that, you know how much I appreciate you. So thank you, brother. We will continue this conversation soon, and I'll see you around the rink. But thanks for lending your input as well. Appreciate you.
no worries. Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, talk soon.
Take care.
Thanks, bud. All right.
Take care. Bye.
Wow, what a great mix. We had Gerald, who was jet-setting Gerald, who basically optimistic and thinking there's a path this season. Then we had Holden, Hoy Hoy, as his name is, who very articulate, says his mom's very optimistic, and he's looking more down the road at how to keep this franchise sustainable, which I like that take. I thought it was great. Then, of course, we had Chris on Canucks. He's very optimistic. He says we're going to back into the playoffs with 91 points, not 92, which is fine. 92 is an arbitrary number. And then we have Justin, who's very realistic, as passionate as anyone, yet I know he's a little bit ruffled by this season, and who wouldn't be when you follow the team as closely as he does. So wonderful. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Holden. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Justin. I think Jessica pump faked me. She tried to get in and she said she couldn't. So we'll make sure that Jessica gets on for next time. And thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks to everyone who did the double. Shout out to the double duty crew if you were at Canucks After Dark and if you're on this show as well. So I want to thank everyone that was here, and I want to thank everyone that joined the open house. I really appreciate that. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On the way out, you can like the video, you can subscribe, you can leave a late donation if you want. Thanks to Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lou, weight loss coach. And thank you to Chris on Canucks for ensuring that we did not get skunked. We did not get shut out in the donation department. So I appreciate you, Chris, and I appreciate you coming on and joining me as well. So Tuesday night, tomorrow night, big game against Winnipeg. I won't be going. I'll be bowling. So join me at 11 o'clock for a quick 45-minute stream because it's my church night. I'll recap the bowling, and more importantly, I'll recap the big game against the Winnipeg Jets. Wednesday, a regular show at 11. Thursday will be a regular show at 11, but it'll be a massive post-game after the Canucks take on the Blues. And I'm also joining Mark Sangita on Game Over on Thursday night. So if you want more double duty, I'll be doing Game Over Vancouver with Mark on Thursday, and then my own show at 11 p.m. Okay, that's a lot. Perfect. Just before 12. I want to get going. Got to get some rest. Trying to sleep well while Gail's gone. Just me and Mickey hanging out upstairs in the bedroom. So thanks everyone for being here. As always, don't forget to rate the bad joke on the way out. Did I say bad joke? I meant dad joke. This one's a good one today. And I hope to see you tomorrow night after the Canucks surprise the Winnipeg Jets. Score prediction, 4-2 Vancouver. Stay safe. Wishful thinking, right? Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. What do you call a cult that is very hard to get into? What do you call a cult that is hard to get into? Difficult. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah. Thank you to my channel sponsor.